So I said I would get into a little bit of what your responsibilities are as a dealer when we're talking about paid marketing companies. So if you're paying me, $35,000, $50,000, $75,000 a month, these are actual budgets that I've seen before. Your responsibility is to make sure that traffic converts when it gets to the website, right? So how do I make sure it does that? Well, you need to ask for the help from your digital marketing company to evaluate your website for efficiency in the conversions into a customer. So that means, please look at my site. Please tell me how easy it is to navigate for a customer to find my phone number, to engage with my lead form, to engage with my text form, to find my click to call, things like that. Like I reviewed a store today, and the ad that was on the banner on the homepage that I clicked on wasn't what was in the digital retailing tool. We all have our own opinions of digital retailing tools, but that's a major roadblock. So if I'm doing all this work to send all this traffic into your digital retailing tool, and that very simple thing of the ads just don't convey into the VDP or the SRP, into the vehicle that I actually got the customer to click on, what do you think the customer's going to do? They're going to click off of it. And then you're going to blame me as the third-party digital agency. Well, I'm not getting conversions. It ain't the third-party digital agency. It's your website. So ask your account rep to actually review your website for any kind of roadblocks. Anything that a broken CTA, the messaging is not clear between the actual incentive and what's on the digital retailing tool, the click to call doesn't call, it calls the parts counter, whatever like that. Ask your digital account rep to do a health check on your site like that. And honestly, your internet director, marketing manager should be doing that as well. But ask for that third party opinion of someone who doesn't look at it every day. Ask them to look at it in a mobile view. Every savvy digital digital account representative should be able to look at your account in a mobile view and actually navigate through the site and figure out if there's any roadblocks preventing people from actually submitting leads or calling your dealership or engaging somehow with your digital dealership in some way. Because we really can be our own worst enemy. And constantly I see GMs looking at their websites on their desktop computer when that really only accounts for maybe 20% of your traffic. The majority of people are looking at your website on a mobile phone. So if your website is really difficult to navigate through, the text gets lost behind the ad and the banner and the ribbons, and there's 40 things that pop up, that on a mobile view is extremely, just for a customer, the UX is gone. You've totally destroyed the UX. They don't want to deal with a lot of clutter. You want to think clean. The 20% people who are actually going to your homepage, you want to make sure the CTAs are above the fold. Don't put them in a scrolling war where they have to scroll 6 times to get down to view your inventory. Put all those things above the fold. Make it easy to find. Same thing with your VDP. Whatever the action is that you want them to take. So if you want them to use your digital retail tool, stop burying it under the fold in the VDP on a mobile view. Start putting it above the fold where it's the first thing that people click on. And make sure it makes sense. Make sure it's showing the advertised rate that you have. If you have 0%, if you're one of the lucky OEMs right now to have 0% for 60 months, that needs to be front and center. That needs to be the first thing they see on that digital retailing tool as an option. If they go to the digital retailing tool and the ad and the banner on your homepage all said 0%, and they go to your digital retailing tool and it says 5.6%, I mean, come on. And you're going to blame the digital marketing company for it? Come on. Stop. Just stop. So, and beyond that, the responsibilities of the dealership go beyond that. So now we've talked about that part of it where we have to own that experience. We have to own that. And talk about this on your Google business profile. Not enough people are doing that. A lot of people tend to ignore their Google business profile. You have a lot of power in that profile between the questions and answers, responding to reviews, and posting updates that you can advertise in for free for yourself. So that's also your responsibility to make sure that's up to date. And then as we go into the in-store experience, it needs to kind of seamlessly transition. So, hey, are you here? Did you call us about the 0% interest rate we have right now on the chargers? You know what I mean? That whole experience needs to be seamless through text, through phone calls, through email. And if you don't have that strategy for 90-day follow-up, if you don't have that good first phone call, if you don't have that good introduction, then you're the problem. You can run through 1,000 digital marketing agencies, but you can't buy a better process unless you're willing to consistently teach it in store. So make sure you've got your ducks lined up before you spend any money or change digital providers. Because if you're on your third or fourth digital provider in as many years, I'm going to go ahead and say the problem ain't you. Or the problem is you. The problem ain't them. The problem is you. So before you change digital providers again, really take a deep dive look at the training that your team needs. And ask the digital provider if they do provide some level of training for your store. It may not be in store. It may not be in store. Most digital providers don't provide in-store training. Most of them will provide, either make a recommendation to another company, or they might have some virtual training they can help you out with. So ask for that help and put it into practice. Hold your team accountable for it. But if you don't get that part of the infrastructure, it's kind of like putting a roof on a house before you built the house. There's no way that house is going to stand up. There's no way anybody could live in it. So review your internal processes, review your website, have your digital account rep review your website, and make the updates and changes that make sense, that cause the engagement to go up, that remove the roadblocks from the people engaging with your content. And then watch the sales subsequently go up too. That's all I got for this week. Thanks for watching. Happy selling.